What do we have here? Brand new, brand spanking new. What is this thing? It is the Artisan Cutlery model 1841P. I feel like that's not a great... What the hell is this thing? I forget. That's what it's called. And I'll put the name of it up here. Right here. Oh, I was looking for a flipper. There's no flipper on this. I like flippers, but there's no flipper, and that's fine. First impression, it's very thin. Let's see. Artisan, they're a company that also has CJRB, I think. Here's a CJRB, kind of a cleavery knife. I mean, it's a pretty beefy knife. Is it thicker than normal? Maybe a hair, but not much. So look at this. That is substantially thinner. Like, that's crazy. It feels too thin right off the bat. So we'll give it a chance though. I mean, it feels very thin. You know, another thin knife. This CJRB, I think it's a Scoria, maybe? It's a little thinner than I'd like. I think it's probably thicker than this one, though. Let's see. Well, surprisingly, I don't think it is. I think, yeah, okay. So it's not, Scoria is actually thinner. Maybe it gets a little thicker right here, though, because it's contoured. It has contoured scales. They're both similarly a little bit too skinny, I think. Here's a fairly typically thick Ganzo. Got to put my hand here to get the camera to focus. So substantially thicker. I mean, let's go crazy and put it next to something that's really too thick. Here is a 6-leaf SL8. SL8. Yeah. It's almost twice as thick. This one's too thick, though. It's a little bit too thick. These should be at least a 1/16 thinner on each side, so about an 1/8 of an inch thinner. This would be great. But it's a big knife, so it holds itself a little pretty well. I mean, this isn't a small knife. This is a, I think it's a 3.5. If it's not 3.5 inch blade, it's really close. The reverse flick's a little tough because the edge of this bean hole is a little slippery. But if you get it in there, it's going to open, right? Ooh, that lock is not great. Choil is nice, though. Finger choil is great. Oh, and that thumb. Your thumb fits right up in the right spot when your finger's right here. Boy, that is just natural right there. That feels good. Recurve blade. I don't really like recurve blades because they're hard to sharpen. Or that might be a double clutch issue too. Let's see. Oh my, yes. Well, it shakes down past the double clutch. Yeah, it shakes down. Still, it's also not super smooth on the down. Like it's not, it's shake shutty, but it's like you got to shake it a lot. My tub was overflowing, so I had to go stop that. No, not really. Okay, back to this guy, this Artisan. I think this is supposed to be carbon fiber. It looks like it has glitter in it, kind of, or like I don't know. I don't love it. It's it looked cool in the picture. It looked like it was going to be cool in the picture. Let's see if I can show you kind of. It just looks a little cheesy. Oh my, is that a piece like sticking up off of it? I feel like there's a, I think there's like, oh my, yes, look at this. That's a couple of little loose pieces of the red fiber or whatever it's supposed to be sticking up. That is not great. Yeah. This is a Gavko design. I think it says that right here. And I definitely like some Gavko designs. And I love the shape of this. The outline of it is just neat. That's showing my age a little bit, saying it looks neat. It looks peachy keen, man. It's like cool. The shape is cool. The blade shape is cool. Look how, that's a very thin blade. Let's see. Is it thinner than... That's not fair. Okay, this guy. That Tucson knife. And it's noticeably thicker. I'm not saying it's too thin. It's not too thin. Man, I want to like it more, but that the lock access is shitty. You know why? So this is an interesting thing. Lock access. What is the problem with this lock access? It looks like it shouldn't have a problem. Look, this side is lower than the lock. There's a nice pass through there, as they call it, right? So I should be able to just push this over easy. The problem isn't this side being in the way, it's this side being in the way. So what happens is your thumb goes over here to push it over, and the lock starts to move, but then your thumb, the other side of your thumb, a little bit past where you're pushing, runs into this far wall, which is sticking up above the lock just a little bit, or it's at least even with it. Yeah, it's about even with it. So your thumb kind of bulges over the top of the lock and hits that other side and runs into it. So you're pushing the lock, but you're getting stuck on the other side first. So if you get way down low, the lock isn't too bad. But still, it is actually a really hard to move lock too. So it's got maybe too much pressure on the lock. So it's got too much pressure on the lock, and you run into this high wall of carbon fiber or G10 or whatever on the far side. It's a valiant effort, guys. RPM 9, decent steel. I mean, it's not, it's, you know, it's good enough. I think it's a powder form of 9CR14, something like that, I think. Gavko, yep, Gavko knives. Made in China, says so right there. Man, I want to like it. I wish if the scales were thicker, I could get over the rest of the issues. If the scales were a 1/16 of an inch thicker on each side, so it just felt a little more substantial. It's so thin. It's annoying. Man, I want to like it, but I can't. I don't like it. I like the blade feel when you choke up on it. That's nice. Down here, it feels just too thin. It's weird. Man, that's a shame. I wanted to like it. The pictures look so cool. I mean, that's chintzy. And it looks like, I don't even know, it looks like that ribbon that you tie balloons with, strung through here. It's not good. Not good, guys. They had a black and white one with white G10. I should have got that. I wonder if the G10 is thicker than the carbon fiber. That's interesting. I would love to see some of these in a store and see if maybe different versions have different thicknesses. If it was just a little thicker, man, I could figure out a little fix for this lock bar access. Could maybe bend the lock bar out just a hair so that it's not quite so hard to move, and so that it's more drop shutty. Oh, I don't know, maybe it's getting better already. Yeah, it's not terrible. the drop action is not bad. And the flick open action is pretty good. And it sounds okay. Got a good sound. Okay, I'm trying to find some good points on this fucking clown car of a knife. No, it's fine. It looks fine. It doesn't look like it has a fucking clown nose on it. No. Oh well, maybe we'll try a different one. Maybe we'll try the G10 one. Tell me your thoughts if you have messed with one of these before, or if you've seen one in person that had thicker scales. These are just too damn thin. I think they're way under ½ an inch. About 1/3 of an inch, about 0.33, something like that. You are going to go back in the box, I'm afraid. Just put him right back in here. No, I need to take some pictures so I can sell it because, yeah,